In this video, we will look at the top 10 not-for-profit CRMs in 2025. So let's dive right in. Hello everyone, my name is Sam Gupta. I am principal at Elevate IQ. Elevate IQ is the independent, vendor agnostic technology advisory firm. We help our clients with digital transformation strategy, system selection, and change management. On that note, let's go back to today's topic, which is the top 10 not-for-profit CRMs in 2025. If you have followed our rankings and quadrants, one of the things that you might know that we segment our quadrant based on size as well as for the industry. So this is a very industry specific list, meaning this is for not-for-profit. Not-for-profit companies have very unique needs as far as their CRM tech stack goes. And that's why the CRMs designed for not-for-profit segments, sometimes there are very unique CRMs and there are going to be generalized CRMs, and they need to have the not-for-profit capabilities. If they don't have, then most likely you are going to struggle with those platforms. Some of the considerations that we have used to compile this list is the product share acquisition strategy focused on not-for-profit, product roadmap, community ecosystem, win rate, technology strategy, as well as investors. On that note, let's look at the list. Number 10 on our list is Neon CRM. And for the most part, a lot of these smaller CRM systems that we have that target only the not-for-profit segment, they're very unique in their construction, bundling, packaging, the way these CRM tools are designed. And for the most part, they are designed either for donor profile or fundraising. In general, the not-for-profit industry is very complex because they are going to have the unique layers of many different industries. And a lot of these CRM systems don't necessarily understand that. They are designed more for the campaign, the donor management, etc. They can help you maintain the contact list. But when you get into the real complex scenarios from the not-for-profit perspective, and there are going to be many different scenarios from the grant accounting perspective, from the fund accounting perspective. And again, these are not back-end use cases. Some of those are going to be with your sales and marketing processes as well. So you need to figure out how you are going to design the architecture. But for the most part, Neon CRM is going to offer you some of the basic capabilities that are going to be from the front-end perspective, and it's designed for very small not-for-profit. If you are going to be slightly bigger, then Neon CRM may not be the best bet. But overall, you are going to get a lot from the platform when you look at the event registration or fundraising, membership management, volunteer management, etc. So those features are there. They might not be as detailed as what you are going to find with slightly bigger platforms, but for the most part, they are there. Some limitations to keep in mind. Overall, with these smaller platforms, reporting capabilities are going to be limited. The customizability is substantially limited when you look at the size of Neon CRM. Again, it's designed to be very prescriptive, the way their processes are. If you are not seeing something and you are not confident on the platform, do not sign with Neon CRM. But if you see everything as is, the way your processes are model designed, then a Neon CRM could be a great fit. So that's number 10. Number 9 on our list is Blackboard, and this is going to be your Research Edge. Next platform, they have two different systems. There's another one which is the Blackboard CRM that is slightly designed for mid-market to the large companies, and then Research Edge is going to be for the smaller startup-centric companies. For the most part, Blackboard is a legacy player, so they have similar issues as any other legacy vendors, which is going to be their migration to cloud platforms. They were very rich in their on-prem installations, but right now the cloud versions may not be as rich even today. Some strands to keep in mind, overall, their functionality was very deep. When you compare this with the likes of Neon CRM, you are going to get far richer not for profit capabilities, but the customizability is going to be far greater as well, because Blackboard is built on Microsoft platform. It uses Microsoft Power Platform. So you have that extensibility, but at the same time, pay close attention to which version you are looking at. If you're looking at cloud, you are going to have far more limitations than your on-prem version. On-prem version may be far more legacy compared to your cloud version. So depending upon what you care for, if you care more for the functionality, if you're okay with the on-prem version, then Blackboard may still be a great fit. Some limitations to keep in mind: overall, volunteer management may not be as rich as how your processes may be designed. So again, you need to go deeper into your due diligence and look at those features and specs at a detailed level before confirming whether Blackboard is going to work for you or not. And technology as well as cloud native features, those could be limitations just because their technology is not as upgraded as some of the other modern platforms that we have on this list. And again, the inconsistency between the on-prem and cloud version, that is going to be there. So that's number 9. Number 8 on our list is Kindful or Bloomerang. And again, Kindful Bloomerang is slightly bigger than your Neon CRM, but it's going to be prescriptive, similar to your Neon CRM. It's not going to have as much extensibility or customizability as you are going to find with Blackboard. But overall, from the not-for-profit functionality perspective, it's going to have much deeper functionality when you look at move management, donor cultivation, etc. And it's going to be fairly easy to use. It's very well invested platform. The company that is behind Kindful Bloomerang, that's a decent private equity. So R&D spend is going to be there. But at the same time, when you have private equity involved, sometimes pricing could be tricky because they are increasing the price to be able to afford the R&D investment. So again, sometimes the pricing could be a challenge with these platforms, but at the same time, you are on a platform where you are getting one of the greatest functionalities. So that's the huge plus with Bloomerang. Some limitations to keep in mind is overall grant tracking, data integrity may not be as much as how you are going to find with the other platforms. Not necessarily meant for educational centric not-for-profit. And then you are going to have other constraints such as your percentage fee per donation. So those are going to be some of the constraints that are prevalent in the not-for-profit space. So again, you need to look at all of the pricing layers. If the pricing layers are going to be as consumption based or variable, they require a lot more due diligence in general to be able to understand what you are going to pay at the end of the day. And they also have the payment that they generally like to push, just like Shopify. So that's going to be a little negative as well. If you're not comfortable with that, then you are probably going to sacrifice on something just because they are trying to push on that. So that's number 8. Number 7 on our list is Virtuous, and Virtuous is going to be very similar platform as your Bloomerang, Kindful, or Neon. It's going to be very prescriptive, but it's slightly bigger in size in general compared to your Neon, but smaller in size compared to your Blackboard, etc. So strengths to keep in mind is, again, the similar capabilities that you are going to find from the not-for-profit perspective. You are going to have a lot more, but the customizability, extensibility, etc. may not be there. It's also slightly higher priced compared to other smaller CRMs. So if you're getting the sticker shock, for the most part, Virtuous has far detailed capabilities. So if you are slightly bigger, then consider Virtuous. Otherwise, look for some of those smaller platforms, especially if you are getting this only for contact management, marketing automation centric use cases. And just with any other prescriptive platforms, the reporting is probably not going to be as intuitive. So that's number 7. Number 6 on our list is Oracle CX Cloud. And compared to the other platforms that we have covered so far that are exclusively designed for not-for-profit, Oracle CX Cloud is slightly vanilla platform. So you are going to find a lot of different vendors, resellers that may have not-for-profit functionality, but for the most part, you will need to develop, customize. You are going to have substantial consulting budget. So unless you are a very large company that can afford the consulting budget, Oracle CX Cloud may not be the best fit. But for the most part, companies that are going to be on other Oracle products, for those, Oracle CX Cloud could be a great fit. From the not-for profit centric use cases, especially if you're looking for slightly more enterprise grade platform and you don't necessarily care for the implementation budget, consulting budget, change management issues. In those cases, Oracle CX Cloud could be a great fit, and that's number 6. Number 5 on our list is Lead Squared. And Lead Squared is also a very large platform compared to other smaller platforms that we have reviewed so far. When you compare this with your Neon, Blackboard, etc., those are smaller. Lead Squared is much bigger. It has been adopted by many large companies as well. So again, their process model, data model, the feature sets that you are going to have, a lot of them are going to be very mid-market centric, enterprise grade, that may not be available with the smaller one. Now, when you compare this with the other platforms, for example, let's say if you compare this with Oracle CX Cloud, you are going to get a lot more customizability, extensibility. Lead Square is going to be slightly prescriptive. And with prescriptive platforms, your consulting budget is not going to be as high as your Oracle CX Cloud. So here you get best of both. You are going to have far lower consulting implementation budget, but you are still going to get the enterprise-centric functionality. But again, if you care for the customizability, extensibility, enterprise-grade scenarios, for those, Lead Squared may not be the best fit. So that's number 5. Number 4 on our list is HubSpot CRM. And HubSpot CRM in general is not a fit for not-for-profit companies, just because operationally not-for-profit companies are very complex in general, and HubSpot process and data model does not support those operational use cases within HubSpot. But if you are getting this only for the marketing automation, email management, newsletter, etc., then HubSpot may be a great fit. It does really well when you care for those website-centric integration use cases. You need your CMS to be implemented within the same platform as your other channel, omni-channel tracking, etc. In those use cases, HubSpot CRM may be a great fit. Sometimes some not-for-profit may use this alongside other operational CRM systems, and the category for those operational CRM systems are going to be Zoho CRM, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, etc. Those would be considered slightly more as the operational CRM. HubSpot is going to be slightly more marketing automation friendly CRM. The right comparable for HubSpot is going to be something like ActiveCampaign or Klaviyo, but ActiveCampaign, Klaviyo may not have as much market share. In the not-for-profit space, HubSpot does have decent market share, but not necessarily for the operational use cases. So that's number 4. Number 3 on our list is Zoho CRM. And Zoho CRM is a great fit for not-for-profit use cases just because it can accommodate all of those custom workflows. The pricing is not as high and you can develop a lot more in general. It does have the upstream marketing automation bundle as part of their Zoho One Suite. So that's a huge plus for the not-for-profit companies. So overall, it's a great mix when you're looking for the customizability. But keep in mind, it is not going to have the same flexibility that you are going to find with slightly more enterprise grade products because they are designed for high customizability. Zoho CRM is trying to simplify that experience a little bit. So the consulting costs are going to be lower for that customization because their low code, no code engine, it's slightly friendlier for the business centric audience. So you have some advantage there. But again, don't expect the kind of customizability that you are going to get with Microsoft or Salesforce. But again, Zoho CRM could be a great fit for not-for-profit that are going to be limited with their implementation budget, but they still need a decent platform that is going to work for their need. So that's number 3. Number 2 on our list is Microsoft Dynamics 365 apps. And in this particular case, Microsoft is a very enterprise-grade platform, and they have a lot of different add-ons as well as resellers selling not-for-profit capabilities on top of Microsoft Dynamics CRM. But you need to keep in mind, even though Microsoft Dynamics as a core is designed for very high customizability, but if you are using any sort of add-ons, you are going to be limited by the constraint of those add-ons. So when you are working on your architecture utilizing Microsoft Dynamics CRM, if you are going to have any sort of add-on, you need to do very close assessment to make sure that you are not going to lose on the customizability. In general, not-for-profit do require very deep customizable layers for their CRM workflows, especially if you are trying to accommodate all of your business processes, business model, at least from the CX, sales and marketing perspective, in one platform. If you want to do that, if you are trying to consolidate your CRM footprint in those use cases, Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM is a great fit. But as the naked product, if you try to utilize any of the add-ons, then you are going to run into the same challenges as the prescriptive product. So do your due diligence, but Microsoft Dynamics 365 apps is a great fit for those enterprise-centric, not-for-profit, even the smaller ones that are going to have enterprise-centric processes. So that's number 2. Number 1 on our list is Salesforce. And Salesforce is very comparable with Microsoft. For the customizability, they also have not-for-profit discount. They have not-for-profit edition. But again, even the not-for-profit edition is going to go through the same licensing challenges that you are going to get with the other prescriptive platforms. So again, you need to pay attention to how their layers are constructed. In this case, at least you are dealing with the same vendor. So you are not going to run into the same challenges when you are going to utilize the edition as well as the add-ons from the third-party vendor. But you still have those challenges. Sometimes they may not be from the product perspective. They might be from the licensing or from the access perspective. So you still need to perform your due diligence and make sure that whatever assumptions you have as part of your needs, objectives that you are trying to accomplish, Salesforce as a platform, as well as from licensing perspective, is going to suit that. And overall, since Salesforce is a very enterprise-grade platform, the consulting is going to be much higher in general. The implementation cost is going to be much higher. So if you are going to be on budget, then you might need to look for some other platform. But if you are very highly complex, in general, 90% of the not-for-profit are very complex from the business process perspective. And if you are trying to accommodate or consolidate all of those CRM tools into one platform, for those scenarios, Salesforce could be a great fit. But again, keep in mind that it's going to come with the price tag. So that's number 1. If you enjoyed this video, we publish these videos on a weekly basis. So you might want to hit the subscribe button. This podcast is also available on the major podcasting platforms. So check that out. We are also going to link up our digital transformation report where you can find similar insights at a much deeper level. So you might want to scan the QR code. On that note, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.